The whole ball of wax at launchpreneuracademy.com is a $4,000 value that is yours for only $1,499. However, when you apply the code SPRINGRUSH at checkout, that's all one word, SPRINGRUSH, we're going to take another $300 off. That's $4,000 of resources for less than $1,200. The special discount ends April 3rd.
You're now listening to the Fullerton Unfiltered podcast. Straightforward, no nonsense business advice. Completely unfiltered. Grow your business. Grow your life. Now, here's your host, Brian Fullerton.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of the Fullerton Unfiltered podcast. It is your host, Brian Fullerton, here hanging with you guys, and good morning. Well, guys, super excited about bringing you some valuable content that I think will be very timely for helping you guys grow your lawn and landscaping business. Just a quick full disclosure, there's no money to be traded here. I'm not getting paid to say nice things. Cody didn't ask to bring me on to help him make a gob of money. Nothing like that. Not that I would anyway, but long story short, one of the number one questions that I get asked is talking about Google ads, Facebook ads, and how to market our businesses and really dial down into SEO. And if I was totally honest with you guys, that is way out of my wheelhouse. I understand the basics, but I'm not running my own Facebook ads, my own Google ads, or optimizing, SEO behind the scenes. So what I wanted to do is bring on a resident expert, somebody that could help us with all of that. And that is our friend Cody here from Lightspeed Social. So Cody, welcome to the show, brother. How you doing this morning?
Hey, I'm doing great, Brian. Thanks so much for having me.
Dude, for sure. Well, okay, so really quick, there's a lot to unpackage here. It's a Friday episode, so we're going to kind of keep it light. But let's do this really quick. I want to break down SEO and marketing and really help these guys, whether they hire you or not. Let's add some value to them and see if we can help them grow their businesses. But before we go down the rabbit hole, kind of give me your background. Before we hit the record button, you were kind of giving me the kind of like the last 24 months, which has been a wild ride for you. So many great things going on. So give me a little bit of your background, a little debrief, so these guys kind of know where you're coming from. And then we'll start talking about marketing and SEO.
Yeah, for sure. If you are listening to the show and you recognize my voice or my name, you might know me from a previous place that I worked. I worked for a big CRM in the green industry. And I worked with Jonathan Potoshnik, the lawn care millionaire, for quite a while. Behind the scenes, writing scripts for LCM, and then eventually hosting LCM when Jonathan didn't have time to work on that project anymore. So I got sort of this like crash course in how the green industry works, and in particular, the tactics that Jonathan had used to build his, very large business. I live in his service area. I see the city turf trucks all the time. And as I was starting to run Facebook ads for that CRM, I was sort of having kind of like these ideas were all meshing together because I was listening to Jonathan's videos, also to make blog posts for SA at the time. And so everything just kind of came together for me where I was like, there's this very specific targeting that we can do on Facebook for lawn care businesses. And I started looking for an agency that was broadcasting that they did this kind of targeting, this neighborhood by neighborhood sort of recreating, what Every Door direct mail was 20, 30 years ago. How do we do that on the internet now? And as I was looking for that, I couldn't really find anyone that was leading with that. There was a lot of agencies with guys, just a little bit older than me who cut their teeth on Google AdWords. And that was what everybody was like broadcasting as their main thing. Mm-hmm. And I had cut my teeth as an advertiser, spending lots and lots of money on Facebook and getting really good at it. And so I started talking to friends in the industry. And I don't know if Jacob Godar has been a guest on your show in the past.
No,
but he was my very first client. If anybody knows him in Scooter's Lawn Care, but my very first client, and we got started with what I call the hyper local Facebook campaign, just targeting the exact people that they want to work with, the exact neighborhoods, and like you said, that we want to be like value first here. If you want to learn how to do that targeting and you want to do it DIY, roll your own. I have a video on my YouTube channel, Lightspeed Social, on YouTube.
Okay.
You can find it there, and I show you like click by click exactly how to set up that targeting. It is so easy. You can train someone in the office in 15 minutes to set it up.
Dude, nice. So really quickly, I like what you talked about, like Google AdWords, and it's almost like good old Gary V wine library, like back in the day, AdWords, and man, we used to run ads all the time on Google AdWords. God, that's taking it back, man. Like that was before anything that we're talking about this last decade. So my brain just like tweaked there because I'm like, man, Google AdWords, it's been a minute since I've heard that word. So really quickly, running ads is an incredibly, it sounds like an incredibly simple topic, but I don't pursue it because I've also come to find that you almost sometimes need a PhD in, utilizing the Facebook ad platform or maybe the Google ad platform. It's been a minute since I've been on both. I've had an ad guy work for me for about 12, 18 months. He was running my ads for Launchpreneur Academy to, naturally target people to help them with contracts, no contracts, all that kind of stuff. But unfortunately, he got offered a huge job, a huge promotion. And so he stopped doing clients on the side, which kind of stunk. So maybe I'll have to catch up with you after, Cody, and see if you can help me with my training website. But my lawn care business, more specifically, the reason I haven't been using a lot of online marketing is, like for Facebook, for example, the smallest radius, and this is just my story, but the smallest radius was like 2 miles, and that was already larger than the service area that my company had provided. So I've always been more of a traditional marketer with yard signs and postcards because for me personally, it's been a little bit more accurate. I'd love to have you weigh in. Is there a way still to target with Google or SEO or Facebook ads to those smaller radiuses, or are you normally seeing that the people that find the most benefit of those last three things that I mentioned for larger markets or people that have more rural markets? What seems to be the bread and butter out there that's working for you guys?
Yes, so that is where a lot of people get stuck with Facebook ads. So I'm so glad that you are bringing that up. So everybody finds the inclusion radius on Facebook, that you're right, goes down to 1 mile radius, 2 miles diameter. What you can do though is swap to an exclusion zone and then cookie cutter down by layering those to get exactly what you want. And as long as there are 100 Facebook users in whatever you've whittled down to, you can target just them.
Ooh.
And sometimes if you want to go like super expert mode and you have like a really exclusive neighborhood that maybe only has, 15, 20 homes in it, it's a really nice neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
You can pair that with a little bit bigger neighborhood that's, maybe on the other side of town, so that none of your inclusion, exclusion zones overlap. But then you can kind of tack on these smaller, more exclusive neighborhoods onto bigger ones. And we do that all the time for clients.
Okay. See, I actually kind of know what I'm talking about here, folks. This isn't theory, now it's funny. If I'm not an expert or quote unquote going through it myself, I do not talk about it on my show. I will never talk theory from this microphone. But I've been there, folks. I've been there. I've used Google. I've used Facebook. We've done Angie's List. We've done everything, and I've used all their services. And for me personally, it's good to know that you can use those different benchmarks to target your marketing. I might have to actually pick your brain here. This is a live therapy session, folks, just so you know. I might actually have to utilize your services for winter next fall to get some more commercial accounts. Maybe we can tag the Facebook users of all the office manager ladies, to get some more commercials now. So let me ask you this. So you've been doing this the last 2 years. And in full disclosure, Essay sold, and so you decided to actually go out on your own and build Lightspeed Social. What's that journey been like, man? We're all entrepreneurs and launchpreneurs listening into the show, and I mean, there's people that are poop and scooping. There's people that are painters. A little bit of everybody has been listening to the show lately, which, hey, we appreciate you guys listening in. What's it been like the last 2 years running your own business, throwing caution to the wind, getting your boat close to the dock, as our friend Paul says, and running your own agency the last 2 years? Has it been fun? It's a struggle? Has it been a warm reception from people hiring you guys? What's the story been like?
Man, it has been all of the above. I know everyone listening, you probably started by, talking to other people who owned their own business. My grandfather was a general contractor he started in construction when he dropped out of school in the 8th grade. And he became a general contractor. My grandmother owned an insurance agency. And so just kind of like always had it in the back of my mind that it was an option to, if I ever wanted to get out of, kind of the 9 to 5, normal job that all of my friends did, that option was there. And I really enjoyed the early atmosphere at Service Autopilot when things were small and, it felt like everybody on the team was wearing 15 hats. That was a really cool, exciting time to be in that kind of software company. And as things grew and the company was more successful, it just, it got very much more like professionalized. And we went from feeling like a, scrappy team to much more of a, real company, which is what, the people running the company want. But I really enjoyed, that feeling of, almost skydiving and figuring out the parachute on the way to the ground.
Yep. I get it. The wildcatting days,
Yes. So when we were, COVID lockdowns here in Texas were never like too crazy, but we were working from home full time. Weren't a lot of options to go out and do things. And I was talking to Jacob Godar, I mentioned earlier, and he was like, when are you just going to start? Like, you've been talking to me about this for years. Like, why don't you just do it?
Cool.
And that was the kick in the pants that I needed. And it was not his first attempt at that conversation, but that time it stuck. And, over the last couple of years, we've made mistakes trying to get into verticals where, our model made sense. And then we got on the ground and it was like, we're not the best fit for residential cleaners. And I've come back to lawn care and landscaping because I love the attitude of the guys in the industry. I don't feel like at least the people that, come in and talk to me, it's not a lot of like, oh, I can't do it, all that sort of thing. It's very much like, let's go out and do this.
Yep.
And I just love that, like can-do spirit. And I love waking up every day and feeling like I'm figuring out the parachute on the way to the ground.
Dude, that's awesome.
I love that, like problem solving, building solutions aspect. We've done a lot this season to kind of start to build, really genuine processes. We've gotten too big to be able to continue to, I know guys are familiar with like, you kind of tailor everything to every single person until you're like, oh, we're like underwater with custom requests and all of this. So we've been figuring out systems and things as we've gotten bigger so that we can properly serve all of our customers. And I say we because there's now 3 people on the Lightspeed team. So we are, just huffing and puffing over here growing. Dude,
that's so cool, man. There's a lot to unpackage there too. Number one, congrats on the growth. Congrats on everything that you got going on. We're still getting to know each other. I don't want to pretend like I'm best friends with Cody just yet. He actually ran up to me at a Quip Expo, and he's like, "Hey, dude," he goes, "You're Brian Fullerton. You don't know me. I'm Cody, and I run a company called Lightspeed Social." And I'm like, it was actually at the Xmark booth, and we were like meeting 400 people. And I'm like, "Awesome, dude. Do you remember that?" And I was like,
"Yeah." I was
like, "You're like, hey, let's catch up sometime after a Quip. I got some things I want to help you out with." I'm like, "Sure, dude, high five." And Cody's got this like long, crazy hair, and he like runs away. And I'm like, I think I was there with Paul Jameson. I'm like, "Do you know who that is?" And he goes, "Oh, that's Cody with Lightspeed Social." And I go, I go, "Thanks, Paul." And I said, "Thanks for filling in those blanks there. Solid." And shout out to Paul. And sometimes that's how Paul is. And so we go back to meeting people. And I think I had told you, I said, "Hey, hit me up after Launchpreneur Academy Live," because after a Quip, it's like just pouring fuel on the fire to sell, tickets to LAO, which is our live event every November. But then you shot me a message a couple weeks ago, and I was in Utah, and now we're able to finally catch up since, life is just, it's wild. It's wildly busy. So I'm glad that you followed up because I have been hearing a lot of people sign up with Lightspeed, grow with you guys. That's probably the number one question I get with Google and marketing the business in terms of like using social media or digital marketing is SEO work and running ads. So I don't even really know the next question to ask you. So help me out, Cody. Like, you do this all day long. This is your bread and butter. Anything that you can help that you're noticing, like best practices, common mistakes, where does light speed come into play? Just pour into these guys if you don't mind, because this is outside of my wheelhouse. I'm a traditionalist. Doing what you do, I couldn't even imagine. I look at this stuff and my God, it's like looking at the Matrix: redhead, blonde, brunette. So, what else can you add to these guys?
New program alert. The How to Get New Lawn Care Customers training program is now available. If you guys have ever struggled at acquiring new customers or are looking to grow your lawn care business, then this new program might just be for you. Looking to learn the best tactics to develop a successful postcard marketing campaign? We got you covered. Have you ever wondered how to use social media to exponentially grow your business and dominate the competition? We got that too. Whether you're just getting started in business or you're a seasoned vet, there's something for everyone in this new program available now, exclusively at L'Entrepreneuracademy.com.
The big thing that I would say, I want to loop back to something we were talking about earlier with getting those really tight audiences. AdWords works really well. Running Google ads works really well. It's gotten, kind of crazy expensive. I feel like it really only makes sense for guys doing big landscape projects where the ROI is, really truly there for them.
Okay.
Facebook lets you refine your audience way further than AdWords does. AdWords was built as an interest targeting machine and like demographic filters. And so you can get a lot of really good stuff for e-commerce, because all ad platforms on the internet are really set up to help, some guy sell you a widget he bought from a factory in China.
Right. And then with pixels and all that mess and all that, you can always circle back and retarget.
Yes. So that's what it's all built for. What Facebook has done, I think, just like leaps and bounds better than Google, is then build out a feature set that works really well for local businesses, and not just like local service businesses, but also, your local restaurants, your local mom and pop shops. They're able to spend on Facebook and get results because of the geographic targeting that Facebook provides. AdWords kind of gets you to a point where you can do zip codes. You can do kind of like smaller chunks of zip codes, but it's even like in most cases, it's bigger than an EDBM route. And so where I want you to be is able to target down to the neighborhood level. That is what works for maintenance businesses. It works for your big landscape contractor guys, because you know the neighborhoods that can afford your most profitable jobs. Mm-hmm. And you know that a zip code is going to include 80, 90% people who can't afford the projects that you want to be doing. And so what targeting on Facebook lets you do, and you described yourself as a traditionalist with yard signs and all of the, like in-person marketing. And I am absolutely a supporter of all of that. I think you should be doing all of that. And Facebook gives you an opportunity to get yourself into the 8 to 10 touch range to actually close sales. Mm-hmm. So
I love that.
It's not Facebook only. Facebook is one tool in your toolbox that gets you just a little bit closer to closing the deal. And what I want you to be able to do, so a flyer on the door, a yard sign in the yard, you're hitting them where they live. What I want you to be able to do is get yourself in front of them when they're in line scrolling Instagram at Starbucks.
Dude,
I want you to be able to get them when they're not paying attention to their kid's soccer game. I want to get you in their hand and in front of their eyes outside of just where they live. But we're getting all of that targeting from where they live.
Right. It's funny you say that, because people always ask me, when's the best time in the market? Or what's the best way? And I say, I have a philosophy out there called the Blitzkrieg strategy. And just bluntly, dude, it's exactly what you said. You hit them with the yard sign, you hit them with the postcard. When they're leaving the subdivision, they get their mail, they see the yard sign, they see the postcard. When they're driving out of the subdivision, they see your trailer on the side of the road, mowing a lawn with the enclosed wrap trailer. Then when they're, going down the road, they hear a radio ad playing, or, like people like radio ads. Like, dude, you can still run radio ads. Then they, like you said, they get to work and they, of course, flip up their screen to look at their TPS reports. But, we all know by about 11 o'clock, if not 10:30, they're already vegging and going to Facebook and checking in and, talking drama. That's what they do in the workplace. And But you see those Facebook ads, and then they go on Instagram, like you said, at the coffee shop. They look at the ads that scroll through, and you can hit these people 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times and really dial in on getting your business in front of them. I love what you said. Like, this is a question I get all the time. What's the best thing I can do? Like, no one thing is the silver bullet. It's like a V8 engine. Each cylinder has to do what it's supposed to do to make this engine purr. And one's Facebook ads, one's postcards, one's Instagram, one's Google My Business Listing, one's your website, so on and so forth. And together, it's this cohesive machine. And I always say, and you guys have experienced this too, I try to keep this really simple, but if you have a misfiring cylinder, like, I don't care if it's a Ford Raptor, that thing is only going to go so fast and it's going to sputter, and you're leaving, quote unquote, money on the table if you're not utilizing Facebook ads, Google ads, yard signs, postcards. So it's like a little bit of everything makes this thing work. So tell me about Lightspeed Social. So I don't have any pitch here. I'm not getting a kickback. Cody didn't pay me $500 or $5,000 to be on the show. Nothing like that, folks. Like,
wait, who did I mail the check to then?
Dude, if you want, man, I'm trying to build a house, bro. Like, everything's got a price, but if you can, what is Lightspeed and where do you guys come into play? Are you guys working with $1 million businesses, $100,000 businesses? Are you guys just doing Facebook? How much is the service? Elephant in the room. Is it $100 a month, $1,000 a month, $10,000 a month? I really have no idea. Open mic, man. Whatever you want, pour it out there.
Yeah. So we work predominantly with. Brian, can you hear me?
Yeah. You're still there.
Okay. My headphones started behaving oddly. We work predominantly with businesses that have kind of found their way to the 6-figure mark, especially maintenance businesses that have made it there. And then they're looking for, like, how do we put fuel in the rocket to get us to $1 million? So we view getting you to $1 million as almost graduation.
Okay.
If you are, going to keep it outsourced and continue working with us, we are more than happy to keep you on once you hit $1 million. But kind of my philosophy is, by the time you've grown a maintenance business that big, because you've built it around dense routes and your profit margins are set well, I kind of think that's the point where you should start considering bringing it back in-house.
Okay.
So we work with guys from, 100, 250K. Kind of the sweet spot is people right around $500,000 treading water who need to get to $1 million.
Okay, gotcha.
And if your landscape, because those projects are so much bigger, those numbers are all over the place. But we can always help landscape contractors for sure. To give you an idea of pricing, we charge just about $1,000 a month for Facebook and Instagram ads management. We have, various other services that are add-ons from there. If you want us to organically post to your Facebook and Instagram a few times a week, we've got that. We do hiring ads on Indeed, where we take a marketing first mindset to sell employees on coming to work for you. We do a little bit of everything that involves digital ads. We are pretty exclusively digital. We've helped clients with postcards and things in the past to make sure they match the digital ads that we're running, but we are a digital first agency and Facebook first as far as ad platforms go.
Okay, cool deal. So it's not for everybody, but it's for those looking to grow, looking to scale, looking to grow a larger company naturally.
Yeah, we say that it's for people who are ready to grow at Lightspeed.
Ah, there you go. That was good. That's such a good, it's so cheesy and cliche. Oh, he's a comedian too. He can help you with your SEO, your Facebook ads, and deadpan, So that's good stuff, dude. Well, that's kind of all I have on my end. I just wanted to kind of get a short and sweet. I wanted to just get you on the mic, man, and let you pour into these folks. Anything else you want to add that could add some value to them while the last couple of minutes we got you? But if not, where can they find you if they want to reach out, say, hey, and maybe they're trying to scale or just unload and, get the Facebook ads getting taken care of, whether it's big or small, short-term, long-term commitment, whatever, but can they reach out to you?
Yeah, of course. Our website's lightspeedsocialagency.com. I'll shoot Brian a link that we have there that's a landing page on our website that has all of our stuff linked out. So if you are, you consume content mostly on YouTube, mostly on Instagram, wherever you're at, we're there. And we have all those links on there. If you need help with your marketing plan for this year, just fill out the contact form on our website and we will be in touch in 10 minutes.
Cool, man. Cool. All right, here, one last final question I got you. It's not a trick question. What's your opinion to people who swear off Facebook? Like, is Facebook dead, or is there plenty of money and business to derive and generate from Facebook?
There is plenty on Facebook. And the other thing I would tell you is that the Facebook ad platform also covers Instagram, and Instagram is not going anywhere. Like, I think the rumors of Facebook's death are greatly exaggerated. But certainly I wouldn't write off Facebook because you're going to write off Instagram ads with it. And Instagram ads are just an excellent place to be right now.
Sure. Amen to that. Yeah. I cringe when I hear ignorant people respectfully talk about how Facebook is dead. I actually said Facebook is dead about 3 years ago. And I was one of those people. And I actually went to Greg Woodstock, the pond guy's place over at Aquascape over in Chicago. Sat down with him. We were talking SEO. He invited me out. We were filming some pond videos, blah, blah, blah. Fun time. Sat down with him. We actually had a little mastermind powwow session for about an hour with his Cody, actually, that worked in-house. And then also the main marketing manager, great lady. It was me, Greg, the lady, and the Cody over there, gentleman. And so any which way, all four of us were just powwowing about, algorithms, what's working, this, that. We're just trying to mastermind and, see what's working. And the long story short is I had made the grave mistake in front of those three people saying Facebook is dead. And if you guys know anything, Greg Woodstock, the pond guy's got about 500,000 followers on Facebook. Of course, they're doing pond videos and all this mess, but Team Aquascape and the Aquascape company, it's a funnel to challenge or to channel millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars worth of sales to Aquascape. Of course, the ponds, the water features, fish, turtles, accessories, all this other mess, right? And so I was like, no, Facebook's dead. And they're like, no, you need to take it serious. So two years ago, I took Facebook, quote unquote, more serious. And we went from 800 followers on Facebook to 30,000. We've been hitting it for about the last 12 months pretty hard. And we don't sell anything on Facebook. I'm not really set up like that. But the views, the virality, the shares, and the tagging on Facebook is honestly second to none. I'd say it's probably, hand in hand with Instagram. So my point is, if you guys are trying to market mow services, landscape services, mulch services, patio installation services, don't sleep on Facebook. I know you guys listening in, our target audience is 18 to 30, Cody. Really, maybe 15 to 50. But you guys got to realize the people with quote unquote money that are hiring our services, the 35-year-old dual income, 2.2 kids and a golden retriever, like those people live on Facebook. The 35 plus crowd, they live on Facebook after 7 o'clock at night. They're lurking, talking to their brother, sister, aunt, uncle, cousin, in state, out of state on Facebook. So my point is, if you're looking to, get water out of a rock, I don't think we can help you with other forms of marketing. But if you want a target rich environment, that's still what I look at as Facebook. And so don't listen to people who aren't utilizing it the correct way or say Facebook's dead or the stock's down 80%. That means Facebook sucks. Like, dude, has nothing to do with you running good quality ads and getting good quality leads. Cody, am I right?
Absolutely. So in early COVID, when a bunch of marketing budgets were getting slashed at big companies who are beholden to shareholders, there's a downturn, they're terrified, they start immediately pulling back.
Yep.
What I saw was that the service businesses that doubled down and ran ads had a lot of success, more success than they had on Facebook in years past, because there was less competition in the marketplace. And it was like ads were on sale. It was fantastic.
100%. 100%. Yep.
Yeah. What I always ask myself, especially since you're saying the demographic of the podcast is younger and I'm 28, my dad's in his 50s. When I am thinking about marketing channels for homeowners, I think about my dad. And I think, where does he spend most of his time? And he doesn't listen to podcasts, so I can make fun of him here. But he's on Facebook, he's on YouTube. I want to be advertising in the places where my dad hangs out, because he is an ideal customer for a lawn care company. He lives kind of rurally, so it doesn't make sense there. But as far as where he spends his time online, that's, he's on Facebook, he's on Instagram, he's on YouTube.
You have to get in front of the customer, right? At the end of the day. And that's
even if it's not a cool place that you want to hang out.
Well, I mean, I tell people all the time, and you guys have heard the same thing, but when's the last time you saw a Lamborghini ad on TV? Right? Like, that's a big gotcha one that a lot of people say, but it's the truth. I've never seen, first off, maybe they could be. I don't know. I haven't watched TV in 15 years, so maybe they do have ads on there. So I guess I am preaching a little bit of theory on today's podcast, but they don't run ads on TV because the people buying Lamborghinis aren't sitting around on their ass, eating Cheetos and Mountain Dew. That's not the case. If you want to go to see where Rolls Royces are and Lamborghinis, they're at car shows, private invite events, black tie affairs, charity dinners. Like, that's where you're going to see Mercedes and Rolls Royces and from F1 and the boat shows in Fort Lauderdale. Like, you got to go where the customers are. And if you're looking to get a $50,000 hardscape landscape client, like, okay, you can throw mud up against the wall and sticks, or you can hire Cody and his team or whoever and target those customers, target those subdivisions with Facebook ads, YouTube ads, and hit them after hours. Like, if you got a gated property, of course you can't get in there to do yard signs and postcards. Yeah, you could do an EDM campaign. That's route one. But number two, hit them with Facebook ads. Like, you can still hit them there. There's no digital fence there, right, Cody? So
no,
not yet, right? So. Any which way, if you guys want to pick Cody's brain, reach out to him on Instagram, reach out to him on YouTube, check out his YouTube channel. But Cody, where can people find you, man? We'll button it up, man. Thanks so much for adding value to these guys. We super appreciate the help.
Yeah, of course. LightspeedSocialAgency.com, and I'll send Brian a link to have in the show notes.
Cool deal. And then you have Instagram and you said a YouTube channel too, I believe, right?
Yes. Yeah, Lightspeed Social Agency across all platforms.
All right, man. Cool deal. Well, that's what I got for you guys on today's show. Cody, thanks for taking time to join us, man. And that's what I got. We'll button it up right here. So thanks so much for watching, guys. And we look forward to catching up with you guys here on the next one.
Unlock your business potential with the Know Your Numbers Profitability and Pricing Calculator from the Lawntrepreneur Academy. Discover the secrets to a predictably profitable business. Learn how to recover overhead, calculate your man-hour rate, price lawns correctly, and budget for profit margins. Maximize your success with the best information and tools. Get the Know Your Numbers Profitability and Pricing Calculator today at LawnTrepreneurAcademy.com.
Thanks for taking the time to listen to the Fullerton Unfiltered podcast with Brian Fullerton. We hope you enjoyed this production. If so, please consider leaving us a 5-star review for the show. While the techniques and ideas presented here are designed to help you grow a more successful and profitable business, no one can guarantee these results for you. We want to emphasize that entrepreneurship is not easy, and the ideas presented here are just the opinions of Brian Fullerton and his respective guests. No one can guarantee success for you. That being said, we hope the ideas presented here help you and motivate you to go on out there and crush it with your own business.
Fullerton Unfiltered Podcast.
Thanks for listening, and we hope to see you on the next episode.
This has been a Brian Fullerton and Mr. Producer production.